Hello there. It is that time of the week again where I connect with you, and this is the Prosperity and Soul Wisdom Oracle card reading for the week of the 20. Let me have a look. 25th. I think it's the 25th tomorrow. So of September. I'm getting a bit lost. People are asking me about what am I doing for Christmas, and I'm like, I honestly, I have to just do it day by day and week by week because I'm fairly busy these days. So we have just completed yesterday the second 10-week inspirational manifestation masterclass course. And what an amazing program that has turned out to be. I often say to people, and I don't know how well they understand how I work, but I don't actually feel that I have any ownership of the work that I do. I turn up and I make myself available, and then the things that actually come forth and are offered to me to present to others, it blows my mind. When we went out to dinner last night after the the 10th week and the last class, and I was looking around the table, and I felt a little bit like a mother hen, and the glow on people's faces, and the amount of growth in those 10 weeks that each and every one of the people had accomplished and had transformed to. I just sit there and I envy my cats because they can purr, and actually so can I. I can actually purr. I've decided that that is one of the most biggest reflection of how content one can be is to purr. So the completion of that, of course, instantly people are asking me when I'm doing the next one. And so I can say I will be running another 10-week inspirational manifestation masterclass, but not until 2018. And it starts on the 31st of January, which is just as school begins. And they will be Wednesday evenings locally. And yes, for those of you who do not live locally, I will somehow ask the universe to provide me with a way of perhaps making it available online. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and I'm just putting it out there. But at the moment, I'm doing them locally in Frankston, and it's been an absolute joy. It continues to be a joy. If you would like a personal coaching with me, either by Skype or in person, then the details are below. Also, details for my retreats. The next retreat, oh my goodness, in 6 weeks we'll be in Bali. How amazing is that? And the next retreat after that is now, I have got the dates, very exciting, the 10th of May 2018 till the 17th of May. And again, if you would like more information, just send me an email, and my email address is down below in the description. I think that's probably all there is, besides my usual spiritual book club I run once a month, and any other information you can find on my website, which the link is also down below. So I wonder what we have in store for us today. Of course, I am using this money and the law of attraction card deck that was created by Esther Hicks and Abraham, and I'm really enjoying working with those. They're a great teaching tool, I find. So shall we see what we're being asked to pay attention to this week? So a little bit of a shuffle. Okay then. Well, you didn't actually jump out, but you definitely did want to be noticed. So I shall take that card, which is really very easy and very quick, so I won't be fussing about. Oh, I do like this. I do not need to have money to attract money. Oh, I like that. Let's talk about that. So can you see that card? It's beautiful, isn't it? Yes. These pastel shades are just so pretty. Now what will I stand it up against? Oh, I don't have. Maybe this lovely amethyst crystal I can stand it up against. I do not need to have money to attract money. Okay, well, let's see what she has to say about that. You do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. Oh, do you know that is, look, if I'm going to flick my hair a couple of times, it's only because I can't see you. Oh, I can say, can't see me. Next week, I shall not have that bit of hair hanging about, because do you ever get to a point where you feel like you've just got to get to the hairdresser because you just cannot stand it another moment? Well, I'm about there because I can't really see. Okay. But this saying, but you cannot attract money if you feel poor. I wrote a book, Pearls of Vision, many years ago, and in that I said that you are not rich because you have money. You are rich because you feel rich. You have money because you feel rich. I think that's how I wrote it. You're not rich because you have money. You have money because you feel rich. You have to feel it. And this is exactly what this is about. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. And that's not just with money. You know, the masterclass that we've been running, it has been very much about that understanding that we have to become the energy of that which we desire. So, you know, fake it till you make it, learn to become that which you're asking for. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of in the direction of what is currently happening, your vibration will shift, your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. That is such a powerful message, and it is the message that we have certainly been focusing on for the last 10 weeks, and it's certainly the message that I've been focusing on for many years now, because for me, my study has always been about how does this universe work? How does it actually operate? And how, because I know that I am a part of this universe. I am an expression of this universe. I am a spark of this field of consciousness. Therefore, if I learn how the whole of the universe operates in general, and I align myself with that, and I learn to operate in the similar vibrational frequencies, then things must work in order and much more smoothly, because when we look at how this whole galaxy that we belong to, you know, how it's held together and how all the planets are moving and how, you know, the sun comes up in the morning and the moon comes, well, it doesn't actually, they all stay in the same place. It's the earth that's moving about, obviously. But, and I'm not going into those scientific things, but the fact is that for us, we wake up in the morning and the sun comes up and we go to bed at night because the sun's gone down. And then, with a bit of luck, the moon is available if it's not too cloudy. And these things just go in cycles, and we are often taking those for granted. You know, how often do you spend time looking at the stars at night? How often do you gaze at the moon and feel gratitude for that? The sun, feel gratitude for the sun. I mean, when I woke up this morning, I had to rush out and close windows because there was a thunderstorm and a hailstorm. And then 5 minutes later, we have bright sunshine. So, you know, we complain a lot about the weather, but maybe we ought to actually spend more time in gratitude of that. So I'm going to read this again because I want us to really get the message of it, not just for money and prosperity and abundance. For me, money is just it's an energy of exchange, right? I don't have a grocer who actually feels that he needs my services. So for me to be able to go and buy my groceries, I need to have something to give in exchange, and I use money for that. And that is really what money is for and why it's been created, simply because the old barter system of exchanging goods and services with each other became um, out of sync. A cow for a chicken just didn't seem quite the same. And so people started to put values on things. And if one value was bigger than another value, and you didn't have anything else that you could exchange for that service, they started to create something else. And so coins were created, and eventually money as we know it was created. But all it is just an energy of exchange, a chicken for a cow, or maybe a lot of chickens for a cow. Um, but that's all that money is. And we have given it so much power. It rules our lives. We wake up in fear of not having enough, and even the people that have a lot, they live in fear of losing it, or not knowing what to do with it, or squandering it, or whatever people do with money, or they're very charitable, as a lot of people with a lot of money are. The thing is that we've allowed money far more power than it deserves, because money itself has no value until we put value to it. So this message is so powerful because money is just one more thing in our lives that is a reflection of where we put our attention and what we focus on. Because whether it's money, or whether it is a car, or whether it is a new house, or whatever it is that you're looking for, that you want to add to your life experience, you focus on it, it brings it about. We've all done that with the car business, right? I mean, it's amusing because I love my car, and I've had it for quite some time now. But when I first decided I wanted to change cars and which car I wanted, everybody else was suddenly driving my car except me, right? Because I saw it everywhere. Until I actually got my car, and then I stopped. Well, I know I still see them, but it's not as prevalent because I'm happy with what I have. And you do that with everything. You're looking for whatever it is you're looking for, it suddenly appears, and it may not necessarily appear in your life, but it appears in your field of attention. So it's the same with money. So if you want to bring money into your life, then you need to start leaning towards, as Abraham likes to say, you need to lean towards seeing money everywhere. Whether it's in other people's purses, that doesn't matter, as long as you see it and appreciate it. Now, if you see it in someone else's purse, and you then, you're jealous of it, or you resent it because it's not in your purse, well, then you've lost the plot, right? Then you're back where you started. It's always about starting to see what you want, and then starting to appreciate the seeing of it as a sign that it must be on its way. Because that is how it works. So as she says, you do not have to have money to attract money. All you need to attract money is to start focusing on money and appreciating it. And the first thing you do is you appreciate the money you have. So you go into your wallet and you love the money that's in there. One of the things that I learned many years ago is to open people's wallets. Well, no, I don't do it without permission. But to ask people to open their wallets and to have a look inside. And what is in there? Is it a garbage can? Because most people's wallets are. It's full of old receipts and bits of paper, and to find your money, you have to, search and look, and I go, how can money come into your wallet? There's no room. There is no room. You've got to value the money that comes into your life. You've got to value every note. I see people who sometimes come and they have their money scrunched up in their pocket and it's all, folded and scrunched, and they come out and they unravel it. And what kind of what kind of respect are you giving it? What kind of value are you giving it, right? Have a good look at how you handle money. Are you handling money with love? Are you appreciative of every coin, the coins that you give out for goods and services, and the coins people give you for goods and services, or sometimes for change? Need to value that, because that is just energy to exchange for something else that you might need. So start looking at how you handle your money. For me, I'm very fastidious about that. My wallet, if you open it, you'll see the smaller notes are on one side and the bigger notes on the other side. They're all facing the same way and they're all in order of value. I learned that a long time ago, and it's very important. So, and I value every note that's in there, and I give gratitude to every bit of money that I'm given for goods and services. I'm also give gratitude for every bit of money that I have that I can spend to get goods and services. So, have a look in your wallet. You're lucky I can't actually see that. I can't see that. Do you know, when I'm doing this with my hair, I'm actually thinking Goldie Hawn. She's constantly flicks her hair, and it's not a good thing. But I'm sorry, I cannot help it. You have to put up with me today, just as I am. And that's also something to learn, is to just be yourself. We put on so many airs and graces because we want to be something for somebody else. But if we can't just be ourselves, then where does our self go? It has to hide somewhere, right? And that's never very comfortable. So the key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. And that means that whatever you have, if it's $1 or it's $1,000, you need to give it equal attention of gratitude and appreciation. And when you learn to do that, that opens the door for more to come. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong and beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of in the direction of what's currently happening. How many people spend a lot of time talking about, I can't afford it? I hear it so often. I'd really like to go so-and-so place, but I can't afford it. Why do you not just say, I'd really like to I'd like to do an African safari. That's what I'd like. And stop there. The minute that you say I can't afford it, bang, down goes the door. But if you say, I'd really like to, I don't know how. I don't know how I'm ever going to do an African safari. But, it's something that really calls me. Well, it actually doesn't call me, but I'm just using it as an analogy. I mean, I'd like it, but at the moment, what I'd really like is to go on a cruise. So that's what I'm calling to, I'm leaning towards doing a cruise next year of some sort. And I have no idea how that's going to come about, but I know it will. And I don't have any sort of attachment to that as to how much it's going to cost and what we're going to do with it and all of that. So I just ask for it and I wait to see the signs come towards me, and I start looking at, beautiful ships and, that kind of thing. And I go, yes, because I've been on a couple of cruises and I love them. I love being on board ship. So it will come. So whether it's money or anything else, start leaning towards it rather than spending more attention on not having it, okay? And it will shift. It will definitely shift. And you will find that you do not need to have money to attract money. And you do not have to have money to attract the things that you desire. Because it isn't only through money that your desires come forward. People give you things. I'm absolutely astonished. I have traveled, in 5-class resorts and in the most beautiful places, which has really not cost me anything. And as they were gifts from people I love and people who love me. And I'm just so grateful for that. So it doesn't always come through money. Okay, so stop thinking that when you want something, you have to have the money. All right, so that's actually a very good, very, very good lesson for today. So let's just see what the energy cards by Sandra Ann Taylor have to say in addition to that. These are beautiful cards, and I have said in a couple of weeks already that I actually I'm not familiar with them yet. Whoops. Whoa. Okay, you want to come out. That's good. I'm always glad when I don't have to do too much shuffling, because that's just waste of time, isn't it? So let's see. I have a little peek. Well, that's really funny. Okay, this card says financial constraints. Now, considering we're talking about money, I think that's really very pertinent. Financial constraints, what does that mean to you? To me, it just means sensible spending, which I've never been terribly good at, I have to say. So I'm going to have a little look at her book, and I'm going to see what Sandra has to say about this herself, because I think I need to learn a bit more about that myself. So shall we just learn together? So, restrictions concerning money. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. No, I don't have any cobwebs or dust in my wallet or in my safe or anywhere I keep money, because it just keeps going in and coming in and going out. You know, there's continuous flow in my financial situation. Money may be tight at this time. Rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence. Oh dear, that's not very good on my behalf, because I love indulgence. So be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. Look, you know, it says there's a big difference between what you need and what you want. That's true, but often they're the same, and for me it's not about, worrying about the money part. It's about feeling joy. And absolutely don't spend what you don't have, right? But you are the creator of your reality. So if there are cobwebs in your safe, then I think you ought to clean it out to start with, so that there is plenty of room for lots of money to come in. And then you just need to start opening yourself up and be grateful. Be grateful. We are not grateful enough. We have learned to spend so much time complaining about what we don't have or what isn't the way we would like it. And we forget just how precious your life is. You know, if you wake up in the morning, then you have a beautiful day ahead of you, and you can do with that whatever you want. And people will always say to you, well, that's all right for you, but I have to go to work. No, you don't. Please remove the have tos out of your life. If you want to go to work, it is for a reason. Find the reason why you want to go to work. And then go to work for that reason, but don't make it a have to, because you don't. I have to pay the bills. No, you don't. Don't ask for the services. If you want the services, be grateful for them and happily pay for it. But don't see a bill as an enemy. A bill is your friend. It is people telling you that they trust you to give you services ahead of time. Because when you get the bill, you've already used the services, by the way. So it's all in perception and how you look at things. Start checking your wallet and clean it out. Clean out the cobwebs. I think it's absolutely appropriate for what I've been talking about. If there are cobwebs, if there are pieces of paper, if there's anything but money in your wallet, you are a wally. So take it out and put it in something else, but not your wallet. Your wallet needs to be open to receive. It needs to be a place where money flows freely in and out, not encumbered with a whole lot of other rubbish. Because then it shows the universe that you are not respecting it, that you are not aligned with it, in tune with it. So open your wallet, open your heart, open your life to abundance, and do that through gratitude. Be grateful for the little things and for the bigger things. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. I am amazed at the things that come to me and that are given to me both materially and in love and appreciation. And that is because I'm open to receive it, and I also give it a lot. So this week, focus on the things that you really would like, and then start by appreciating what you already have. And when the two of them come together, it is just free flow. Wow, these 26 and a half minutes have gone really, really quickly. And another gorgeous week ahead, all yours to do with as you please, to be all of you. Don't compromise who you are. You are beautiful just as you are. Allow people to see the real you, and there is nothing more beautiful. So I wish you well. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Focus on love and joy and an expanded life. And there's a bit of beautiful rose quartz that I shall put right there, because I really do want to send you love and wish you health, well-being, and sunshine. Oh, we had a warm day yesterday. I'm just going to finish off with the weather, which is very boring. But in Melbourne, it changes every 5 minutes. And we're coming out of what I thought was a fairly cold winter. And yesterday, for the first time, we had an actually hot day, followed, of course, by this morning a hailstorm. However, it was just delightful, and so spring here is on the way, and I know that on the other side of the world it is winter on the way, and that's the cycle of life. So enjoy your life, be all that you can be, love a lot, laugh a lot, and be grateful a lot. Love yourself. See you next week.